ready for a comedy about politics? Then the Springboro Community Theatre's production is just for you. Hi, I'm Maureen Russell Hodson, and this is Springboro Here and There. We are here on set with the production director of The Outsider, Scott Madden. Hey, Scott.
Hi.
So when we say The Outsider, doesn't necessarily sound like a comedy, but this is a comedy.
Yes, absolutely.
Give us an idea of what this show's about.
So this show...
I'm laughing already.
by Paul Slade Smith is a hilariously written show. I first picked this show and we were looking at, hey, you know, we're about to get into a political year. Yeah. And we know how that, oh my goodness, yes. So I was like, you know, let's have a little funnier look at politics before we go into this year that just starts to drag people down. So this show is really about how politics works. There's no political lean, there's no left, there's no right. It's just kind of right down the middle.
But plenty of funny.
But plenty of funny. Oh my goodness. It is hard as a director, who also as an actor looking for the laughs and comedies and that kind of thing, to turn around and go, okay, I got to pull back. This script is funny enough. I don't have to add a whole lot of little things to make things funny. But it's a great script, 7 actors. Phenomenal actors. I was blessed when we had auditions to have that many. We had a huge people show up, and then the 7 that we actually chose are just phenomenal.
The theater really is building a reputation of quality productions and terrific actors. And of course, all your behind the scenes folks are outstanding as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the production date. So it kicks off.
It's the last 2 weekends in April. So that's when it runs. It's 21, 22, 23, and then 29, 30 of April. So the last 2 weekends of April, Friday, Saturday, Sundays.
And the Friday, Saturday shows start at 8?
8 p.m. and the Sunday shows start at 2.
Okay. And for tickets, you go to borotheater.org,
Yep,
right?
absolutely.
Well, let's talk about these actors then, because we always like to remind people that this is an all-volunteer organization.
Absolutely.
However, the quality of productions is very professional. And very high quality.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, when we're looking for our actors, yes, like you said, it is volunteer, but every one of us, we take it to heart. It is something that we want to do, we love to do, so we do.
You have to do a lot of it.
We have to do a lot of it. So, and we want to be professional in that aspect, because we want to put on our job is to put on good entertainment for the community. And if it's amateurish, then it's amateurish, but we don't want to be amateurs.
Right.
We're shoot to be the place to come to see for shows, musicals, plays, improv, comedies, that kind of stuff.
Well, you went through improv, and we'll get back to that, but I know you're a big part of that. You're also an actor.
Yes.
Now you're flipping and you're directing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Does being an actor help you be a better director?
Sometimes, sometimes not. It all depends. I think it does help me from a director's aspect, because as a director, you are in charge of everything around. My strong suit is not costumes. My strong suit is not lights, coloring, that kind of stuff. I have people that do those things for me. And as the act, those are the things that I can do to tweak just an actor. Hey, I think this might work, try this. Oh, that worked out great. Or no, that didn't work. Sometimes that works out well, sometimes it's not so well, because you forget about all the other things that need to happen. Because so we have 7 people on stage, but there's at least 15 behind the scenes doing things, from getting all the props to building the sets, to painting the sets, to dressing, the lights, all that kind of stuff. So many more people than what's out here in front.
It's a very collaborative effort. I know that for sure.
Absolutely.
Give us, I know you said it's a political comedy. Give us a little bit of an idea of what the scene is, or obviously we look like we're in some kind of
governor's office.
A governor's office. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Funny how that happens. So this is a play about a governor who, as governors tend to do, get into some sort of scandal, which I won't say, we'll reveal that later. So some sort of scandal, and the lieutenant governor needs to pick up and become the governor, because the actual governor gets removed from office. So now this guy who really doesn't like to be in front of cameras and talking to people and that kind of thing, but he loves government and knows everything about government. He is now thrust in the limelight of, hey, you have to be in charge and talk to people. Well, he has extreme stage fright. So his very first thing that he does for the governor that's swearing in, and he mumbles through it. He never says the oath of office.
Oh, no.
So, which is hilarious in that aspect. So they have a DC insider who has been a political consultant.
Oh, of course
for
they would, right.
Everybody under the sun wants to come be him because he's found the new it thing. And so this character, Arthur, comes in, who's played by Don Campbell. He comes in and starts to show little tricks and stuff to help the candidate talk on camera. Which one of the things I think
all
is
smoke and mirrors,
it's all
right?
smoke and mirrors, because one of the lines that Arthur has, which hits and resonates, is, hey, which will show you how the manipulation works, is, hey, telling the right, when a reporter asks you a question, telling the right answer is hard. Telling the wrong answer is terrible. So the best thing to do is not answer at all. Which happens all the time in real life. So I love that premise of that, and that's where we start to get into, hey, this is what you can do to manipulate the smoke and mirrors start to come up and that kind of stuff.
Well, it sounds very entertaining.
Absolutely.
And again, it kicks off April 23rd.
Yes.
And you can get tickets at borotheater.org. But one thing that people, I know it's growing in popularity, but I wanted to talk about is improv, because
yes,
that's totally different hat for you. But just give us an idea of what improv is, because you do it about every other month?
We do it after every show.
Okay.
So after this show, we have the Spring Spectacular that SCT's putting on. So it's going to be part of that. The improv, which is life unscripted, we make things off the top of our head, where we come up with little skits and scenarios and stuff that we end up doing, play little games. It's kind of based off of like Whose Line Is It Anyway, if nobody's seen that. But I try to do something different with our shows, that I change up the format, kind of every show or every other show kind of thing. Just like, we do teams one time, and then we'll do everything that is about the individuals. Then we come together, we have 9 that we just run the show. So it's really different in a bunch of other things that we do. So I absolutely love it. It's probably one of my favorite things ever to do. But at the same time, it's a little difficult.
It's a little nerve-wracking too, because you got to be quick on your feet thinking, right?
Absolutely, all the time. Because we set up the games, but then the audience that's out there
so you get to take part in it if you come, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And they tell us where we go. So they give us the directions. We may play the same game, like an alphabet game, where we start their sentences off of the next letter of the alphabet. Yeah. But the scene is totally different, because it's whatever the crowd comes up with. So that's how we have to run those kind of things.
And that's why it's called Life Unscripted, because you don't know which way we're going.
We have absolutely no idea where we're going to go with those things.
So with The Outsider, do you have a favorite line or a favorite something? I mean, maybe you'll take away a message. Maybe you'll just take away that you've been laughing all the time. It could hit you on a lot of different levels, right? One
of my favorite lines, and you have to see the show to make it make sense, but it's just hilarious. The actor Ned, who is the lieutenant governor, becomes governor. He comes out and says, "I'm just an average guy." And the way he says I'm an average guy, every single night that I see that, and we've been doing this for almost 2 months now, I laugh my head off, because the way it comes across, the way it's delivered, and the things building up to it, but an average guy.
All right, so we will look for that line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, it's called The Outsider. You can get tickets at borotheater.org. You can also go to your Facebook page to get more information about the actors. That's kind of a nice way to prep beforehand, to kind of see what the play's about and who's in it.
Yep.
And our director here. So, Scott, thanks for your time.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
I'd give you an improv line, but I'm not even sure where to go with that. So I'll let you think of that. For more information, again, you can go to borotheater.org. You can always go to our website, ci.springboro.oh.us, or check us out on social. We will see you at The Outsider.